What's up, YouTube? So in this segment on First Take, they're talking about Luke Walton. They're talking about Luke Walton because somebody in LeBron's camp, apparently said something about they want to bring in their own staff and they want to get rid of Luke Walton. So I think somebody's denying the rumors. It's kind of going back and forth, but it makes sense. It makes sense that LeBron is going to want to bring in a coach that he respects. A coach that he can play with. That's only natural. You want to bring in your own crew. Plus, I think it's kind of hard for LeBron to respect the head coach that he's pretty much in the same age bracket. Only won rings as an assistant coach over in Golden State, which I don't want to say only because that was a big deal because he was the head coach of the Golden State Warriors for a while Steve Kerr was out with back injury. So he does have that kind of experience, does have rings. But still, with that said, you're going to need somebody stronger. You're going to need a stronger head coach to come in and try and control LeBron James. Somebody with a lot of experience, somebody that has a lot of jewelry, because there's just no way that LeBron's going to listen to anybody and respect them. That's probably why LeBron didn't want to go to San Antonio. Because Popovich wouldn't stand for his BS. Not at all. So let's see what First Take has to say.
Magic Johnson was a coach killer. He was a coach killer to a championship coach. And he was right. In the end, it doesn't matter how you're labeled, coach killer, team play, whatever it is. The question is, who is right? LeBron James has consistently proven to be correct throughout his career. And more importantly than that, even if you don't think he is, if he believes a coaching change will make him perform better, if he believes that gives him the best chance to win and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, who cares? The main thing is, how do you get it done? And you got to listen to LeBron James here.
I would say this to you. I would have a problem with it if you ain't man enough to say so and you leave it to others to speak up for you and you never have anything to say and you want to sit back and be all innocent like you have.
Well, what Stephen A is saying is that's pretty much LeBron James' MO. To do something like that, to have somebody else go do his dirty work and do something passive aggressive. I mean, how many times has he thrown out tweets and indirectly talked about his teammates during interviews, throwing people under the bus? So I can definitely picture LeBron James sending somebody from his camp to talk to Magic and everybody else about getting rid of Luke because they want to bring in their own staff. That fits LeBron James all the way.
Nothing to do with the chitter-chat that's going on. But in fairness to LeBron James and his camp, their position is that it's not true. As much as they respect Jackie McMullen, they refute what she says. And, I'm going to roll with Jackie McMullen all day, every day, to be quite honest with you. But out of respect, you want to quote other people and what they're saying.
Jackie Mac don't usually get it wrong.
No, not Jackie McMullen. Oh, no. And not only that, let's also keep in mind that, they want to say that they feel like Luke Walton is doing a good job. To say that, to understand this, here's why I have a problem with it. The reason why I have a problem with it is because I know, regardless of whether the truth or not there is to the whole LeBron and his camp situation, I know where the real problem lies with Luke Walton. He had a private meeting with Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson in that meeting told Luke Walton, I'm not satisfied with your staff hiring a bunch of your boys, you understand, outside of Brian Shaw. I don't like that, and I think there needs to be an upgrade.
But that's pretty much what happens. Of course, Luke's going to bring in his own staff. I mean, that's just the way it works. That's just the way the world works. If a new boss comes in, he's probably going to bring in his own staff. If you're working in a restaurant or wherever, and if there's a new owner, he's going to bring in his new staff. The old staff doesn't like it, but that's too bad. That's what a head coach is going to do. And Magic should have known that from the beginning. He does know that. And as far as production, Luke doesn't have... What stars has Luke had? What ballers has Luke had while he was a Laker? LeBron James just got here, and he's hurt. So I would give Luke probably another year to do what he needs to do because it has LeBron. They're going to pick up somebody else, and I can definitely see Luke Walton possibly getting to the Western Conference Finals. Because with LeBron James, and they're talking about getting Kevin Durant, maybe, and they're talking about getting Anthony Davis. I heard Kyrie might want to come back and play with LeBron. And I even heard Klay Thompson is talking about maybe coming to the Lakers. So just imagine if next year or within the next 2 years, Luke Walton has LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, Kyrie, and Klay Thompson. That's a super team right there that will be directly able to fight with the Golden State Warriors because they lost 2 people.
Luke Walton, according to my sources, went back and told his assistants. The assistants presumably went and told their agents. And the agents were the one who put all of that stuff out there, which made for an uncomfortable environment. Magic still ain't happy about that. That I can tell you. Here's what the reality is. Luke Walton's a damn good coach as far as I'm concerned.
Agreed.
And I think that he's doing a good job. And I think that he's gotten better and better. He's addressed the concerns. He's made some modifications in terms of things schematically, in terms of how they practice and what have you. And he's a lot better than he was at the beginning of the season. That combined with his youth, I believe that Luke Walton should be given every opportunity to be successful. Magic Johnson will evaluate him at the end of the season. But it's not about LeBron and his camp or LeBron or Coach Killer. It's not about any of that. What this is about is Magic Johnson having the power that Jeannie Buss has bestowed on him to make whatever changes he deems necessary. And Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka did not hire Luke Walton. That was a Jim Buss hire. The Jeannie Buss.
And that's
hire.
really the issue.
And that's what the real
when
issue is.
When the new executives come in, they like to choose, like, here's the thing. Luke Walton is a good coach, I agree. Rick Pitino was a good pro coach. He won Pat Riley, right? Like, Luke Walton's a good coach. David Blatt's a good coach. If the new GM, if the new front office didn't hire you, you can't just be a good coach. You must necessarily be a great coach, because good ain't going to cut it.
Yes, that's exactly right. If a new staff comes in, you have a new boss, or somebody like LeBron James comes in, you better be winning. You better be on point, because if not, they're going to be cutting throats all over the place. Everybody's going to get cut unless you are doing your job superiorly doing your job. I don't even know if that's a word, but you're doing your job.
Must win. And if you don't, they will replace you. It's simple as that, because they want to bring in their guy.
Listen, I would argue that he is a great coach and is doing a great job. When they had everybody healthy, they were playing great, and he's developing the young talent extraordinarily well along the way. I'm not sure what you could want him to do he hasn't done. Having said all of that, the question is, it's all well and good to say you want him out. Who do they want in? Who does Magic, if Magic wants him out, if LeBron wants him out, who replaces him?
I don't know that definitively. I would tell you it's not Mark Jackson, who I think should be a strong candidate if Luke Walton were to lose that job. I can tell you if Luke Walton did not have a job with the Lakers this year, the Charlotte Hornets, not just Mitch Kupchak, but Michael Jordan, would have hired Luke Walton in a nanosecond. He would have been the coach of the Charlotte Hornets. He would have had a job. Make no mistake about it, because they love him. The flip side to all of this is that I am told that Magic Johnson has a coach in mind in the event that he elects to let Luke Walton go. I do not know the name of that person definitively. That's why I don't want to throw it out there. But I know it's somebody that is already employed in the National Basketball Association as a head coach that Magic would want in L.A. if he elected to let go of Luke Walton. But they all concede that Luke Walton is doing a far better job now than he was at the beginning of the year. I think Luke Walton will be given a chance to succeed. I think he should be given a chance to succeed, and we'll see what happens.
Paul Westhead, Magic got rid of him when he was a player and championship coach. It doesn't matter. I think Luke Walton's really good. I hope he stays Lakers coach, unless LeBron doesn't want him. Then as a Lakers fan, I wouldn't want him either, because it's more important that the best player on earth is happy and believes he's in the best position to win than it is to keep the coach because you believe in the coach.
I definitely don't disagree with that. I mean, if LeBron doesn't want the man, then obviously you've got to make changes, because you signed LeBron James for 4 years, $153 million. And let's give LeBron James incredible credit in this regard. He apparently has a lot of faith in Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka. He has stood.
Of course, LeBron James has a lot of faith in Magic Johnson. For one thing, he brought him there. And for another, he's Showtime. That's Magic Johnson. Of course he's going to have respect for him.
That, he has said very little. He's left it up to them. He's been focused on himself. And even though he tried to say that's what he was in the past, that was a damn lie.
And
he had something to say about David Blatt. He had something to say about Tyronn Lue. At the beginning, he had something to say about Spoelstra until Pat Riley said, excuse me, I'm Mr. South Beach. No, LeBron has had a lot to say about a lot of people, but he didn't have anything to say in this particular situation because he knows he doesn't need to, because he has an incredible amount of faith in Magic Johnson, which is why it makes it that more important that Magic Johnson deliver with this Anthony Davis thing.
Luke Walton's a good coach, at least. I'm saying he hasn't proven that he's a great coach yet. Although he had a better record with the Warriors as interim coach than Steve Kerr did that same year when they won 73 games. He was the coach for half the year, right?
39.
Like I said before, of course Luke is not going to have a great year or great years because he's got trash on his team. Oh, the best player is LeBron James. And then it just trickled. There's a huge gap. Now, I know they're young. They're very young. But let's not act like, Luke Walton's had all these great players and is just not getting cut, not cutting it. I mean, he's got garbage players. Like I said, give him another year or two to do some better recruiting. Like I said, get the players, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, Kyrie, or even, Klay. If you can get Klay, they can get a deep shooter. So, I don't know. I like to give Luke another chance.
9-4.
39-4. It's a better record than Kerr had that year. It's almost the exact same thing. Right.
Right.
The point is, he's already shown that. And by the way, think about the Lakers this season. You know what they're really good at and they don't get credit for? They're a very good defensive team.
They've gotten better.
A very good defensive team. Because Luke Walton is a very good coach. But if he wants to keep his job, he has to be a great one. And that's the challenge for him.
He has to upgrade his assistant staff to Magic's liking. At the end of this same staff, if Luke Walton were to keep his job, cannot come back there.
Does any of this play on the Anthony Davis thing? Does whether they get him or not change what they wind up doing with the coach?
That remains to be seen, because if you get...
I think that'd have to change. That would definitely have to change. Because, like I said, then Luke will have some players. Then he can really show what he can do. So I would just wait until, at the bare minimum, next year to decide to get rid of Luke. Because, like I said, he has nobody. So you can't really be mad at him. What can he do? At some point, what can you do when you have young players or players that are garbage? Give it another year. You just got LeBron. They'll pick up somebody. Either KD will come over from Golden State or Anthony Davis will come over from the Pelicans. Maybe Klay will come over from Golden State. Maybe Kyrie might come over from Boston. Just give Luke another chance.